Yep. Good afternoon, everybody. Saturday afternoon here in Appalachia. Got the fire going, get the smoke going, let the smoke cleanse the sacred space. Right now it's cleansing me, right into me, but that's okay. Not the first time. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Blue sky, sunshine. The bitter cold is gone for a couple days. It's beautiful out right now. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. I hope it's comfortable where you're at. Earlier this week, a lot of times the ideas for this little talk come early in the morning when I'm outside stretching my body. And earlier this week, it was the concept of contrast, something that I know Abraham Hicks talks about a lot. There's always contrast everywhere we look, even in our own thoughts, our own emotions. And I was just thinking about contrast. There's so much contrast in our world. And with the internet, we see it if you allow it, if depending on what's coming through, if you have social media, what's coming through your feed, if you're watching cable TV, what's on the news. A lot of contrast, you know. And it's just very interesting to observe. And I think the real key to it is to train ourselves to be the observer of this contrast. It's very easy to get sucked into it because it triggers so many emotions. But every day, and it takes practice every day, conscious practice, to just be the observer. Very difficult. I know, again, I see things and I just wonder how humans can treat each other that way. But it is what it is. And one of the reasons why we need to create spaces like this to ground ourselves and quiet ourselves, find that peace of mind that I talked about last week. And the the emotions ebb and flow all day long. Today I'm feeling kind of melancholy. I don't know why. I just am. So I just try to accept it. It's one of the reasons why I came out here, build the fire, get outside, get out from behind the computer. So easy to get sucked in. I can find myself getting pulled into that social media quagmire. And this week I was having a discussion with myself about my intentions for 2025. And one of those intentions is definitely going to be less social media, more quiet personal time just for me. And I already started doing that this week because it's so easy to get sucked into that scrolling to death. It's another one of those things where you never find the end. You just scroll forever. There's no end. It's like the internet and indoor plumbing. There's no end. It just goes on forever. and can see the effect that's having on me. So we need to take conscious steps to lessen that. Spend more time just in quiet. Only in the silence can you hear the whisper of God. So that was this week's thought process. I need a better fire. You got a lot of wet wood in there. Chopped up another piece of this southern red oak, and I think it's pretty wet. I'm sitting outside. Anyways, I'm gonna spend some time out here and just enjoy the quiet. A lot of birds out right now, fattening up for the wintertime. They love the berries on these holly trees. But do whatever you can to quiet your mind. Whether it's journaling. I've never been very good at journaling. I've tried. But what I find best is to just sit. I do this a lot at night. I did it last night. Just sit quietly. Turn the lights down. And just relax. Close the eyes. Doesn't have to be lotus position. Could just be on the couch. And just relax. Just be still. Because there's a part of us that always wants to be doing something. Right? Get that dopamine hit from social media. Clean something. Always something that needs to be cleaned. There's always another text message to read. Right? Or post to read. It's always going to be there. But I find that there are times when sitting in the quiet, time slows down. And that's a good thing. And we can observe the contrast that surrounds us. Can't avoid it. It's a part of us. Whether it's the masculine, the masculine desiring freedom, the feminine desiring connection. That was a conversation I had with the guy who runs our men's group this week. We were having a little back and forth about that. The tug of war between desiring freedom and desiring connection. Yeah. I think it's very strong in a lot of men. Someone once wrote about why men pull away. I remember it was called the rubber band effect. And it's because we're trying to get this balance between freedom and connection. And we're not trained in this. It causes a lot of problems. At least it did for me. But it's just part of the contrast in this existence. And the first thing is to always just recognize it. Know it's going to be there. It's always going to be there. And then we can manage our response to it as opposed to subconsciously reacting to it, so that we can live life consciously. It's always going to be there. And the people closest to us are the ones that are going to show it to us. So whether it's our traumas, our insecurities, our fears, those that are closest to us are going to be the ones that show it to us, the ones that reflect it to us. They're going to show us the contrast. And that's where we have to learn how to take a breath and manage the response. It takes a lot of practice. So I hope that you will think about the various contrasts that you encounter this week. Who is holding up the mirror to you? So I have to excuse the interruption. Just wanted to give my neighbor a chance to blow her leaves because it was going to get a little loud. So I went over and did some little exercise, some deep squats called the tiger in Qigong, just to loosen up the body a little bit. Didn't get a chance to exercise this morning because it was really cold out, and I was feeling a little bit tired, so I decided not to, and so we'll get some exercise this afternoon. But that's just part of the contrast of the body. Some days we wake up strong, and once in a while not so much, even after a good night's sleep. Anyways, I just wanted to share some thoughts about contrast and hope that you'll, like me, make a conscious effort every day to be the observer of all this contrast that's in our world. And it's with all of our media and our connection, our technical connections, we see a lot. Those of us who remember the days of having to get up to change the channel on the television in black and white can think back to, yeah, there were simpler times, quieter times, different times. They're just different times. Neither good or bad. It just is. But we weren't prepared, consciously prepared for what we are experiencing right now. And that's why we have to every day make that conscious effort to observe first ourselves, what's going on in here, and then the world around us, so that we can manage our responses. And again, I'll say it again, those closest to us are the ones that are going to hold up the mirror to show us that contrast. Okay? And we want to let them do that, because we can learn from that if we are conscious of it. So I hope that helps. It's another beautiful week out here. Another beautiful moment right now. I wish everybody could share this with me, this feeling, not my space. Not enough room for 8 billion people here, but just this feeling. It's a beautiful feeling out here in Mother Nature. It helps when you're to get rid of this melancholy, get it moving. Yep. Get back to smiling. Just be happy. Happy with life, life in every breath. So until next time, cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Until next time.